Hi, good morning and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode, let's see, is that straight now? This is episode 381 and we're here live in Southwest Florida waiting on the sun to rise over the buildings and the trees in the east. And this is the beautiful Gulf of Mexico behind me. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting this morning. Let me know if you have questions for me. Just tell me where you're from. The sun hasn't come out yet, Joe. The lighting is so weird before the sun comes over the trees. I am not this dark. The shirt isn't this bright and I'm not this dark. I don't know why the lighting makes me so tan in the morning. Anyway, hi Grace and Judy and Barbara, Nancy, Dee, Naomi, Grace, Lisa, Pamela, Melissa, Judy, Mar, Harini, Melissa, Cherie, Judy, Belle. I think I got a lot of names. Probably didn't get everybody. Sorry about that. I try. Hi, Lily. Thanks for joining live. Hi, Judy. Thanks for being here. Yay! So glad so many of you could take time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. Hi, Glory. Glad you could be here. I am working on my baby blanket. Hi, Faye. I have not touched it since we last were here yesterday morning, and I wanted to mention to you a little tip that I have that I didn't follow yesterday. Hi, Chantel and Kay Beach and Jane. Good morning. So when I picked up my, hi, Pamela. Well, okay, so those of you that think I look super tan right now, I get it. It definitely looks that way in this lighting, but as soon as that sun comes up, you're going to see a whole different color of me. I actually don't go outside enough in the middle of the day to ever be this tan. I don't suntan at all. Anyway, so yesterday I stopped the project and I just tucked it into my bag. Good morning, Lydia and Cindy. And so when I came back to the project this morning, my work was unraveled. And that's because I didn't follow one of my favorite tips for crochet. And that is when you're done working and you're gonna set your work down for a few minutes, I go like this with my stitch. I take my crochet hook and I don't sit on the yarn when I'm doing this. And I elongate the loop that goes on my crochet hook like that. And by doing that, what happens is, even if you accidentally pull on the ball or pull on your stitches, do you know how far you'd have to pull and not notice before you would pull this all the way out and unravel your work? It's still possible, but it is so much less likely to happen that it's my favorite tip for preserving your hard work when you set your project down. So if you are going to set it down, just make this as long as you feel like it. The longer the better, because no matter how hard you pull on this side or grab this or sit on it, or how many times have you had something caught around your ankle and walked across the room and unraveled your work? I don't know. It happens to me all the time. I don't know if it happens to anyone else, but I can be clear across the room before I realize that I've taken half my project with me on unraveled work. So anytime I can elongate, okay, Judy, thanks. I'm not a weirdo. Other people, yay, Jane's done it too. When I said it, I wasn't sure if I was going to be the only weirdo that did it. Hi, Nikki, Moose Gal. I'm not really this tan. There's some strange lighting here before the sun comes up. Lisa, Faye, Naomi, yay, we've all done it before. Do I have tips on designing patterns? Sure, I've got lots of tips on designing patterns, but that's such an open-ended conversation. Maybe some specific questions, I don't know. Mar doesn't know how many times, me neither. Can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm sure once I got going I could think of a bunch. So yeah, I think someone asked that the other day and I would love to get to it at some point. Hi Amy. Yeah, auto-frogging Jane, that's funny. Hi Letty. Oh yeah, Carol, the smart thing to do is put a locking stitch marker on it. Absolutely. I'm just saying in those moments when, you know, you're not completely organized and life gets in the way, this is my little quick tip. Yes, Rebecca, I did braid my hair today. I have 2 braids in. My hair is not long enough to braid it all the way down yet. I'm growing it back out though. So I French braided I do a side part instead of a middle part. I feel like it's softer on me, and I do this side French braided to the back, and this side French braided to the back, and then bring them both together and put it in a ponytail. It's the best I can do at this length. Good morning, Diane. Thanks for joining live. Probably can't see that well either because it's so dark still. What happens if I touch me? Does that lighten it up? Nope. Yeah, instant tan this morning. Whatever, we'll see. Jill wishes she could French braid her own hair. Funny story, Jill. I said that for, let's see, I'm 46. When did I say that until? I said that until I was 44 years old. For my entire life, I said I wish I could French braid my head. I've been able to French braid one most of my life, but every time I tried to do 2 French braids, it ended in disaster until I turned 44 years old. And it just hit me one day that you just need to practice and get better at it. And like, duh, I don't know why I hadn't thought of that before. I do that with everything else. I never give up. I always stick with something until I get good at it. It's just in my nature, but I had some sort of mental creative block about French braiding my hair, and I just kept practicing and practicing, and now I can do it with my eyes closed. So if you want to French braid your hair, it is certainly possible. Watch some tutorial videos if you need to, and for me, it helps to close my eyes. It doesn't help to look at what I'm doing in the mirror because it's inverted anyway. I'm missing side conversation, don't know what was going on. But anyway, Jill, just keep trying, you can get it. I promise you can get it. If I can get it, you can get it too. All right, I'm gonna go back to crocheting and see, and I'll just look up and see if there's any questions. But see, now I'm picking my work back up and taking that elongated stitch and putting it back on my crochet hook. Yeah, Luna, it could be the blouse color too. This is an incredibly orange shirt. I didn't think I looked that strange when I left the house. But anyway. Oh well. Entertaining after all. Jane has lots of blocking to do today. Oh, Lisa bought this shirt. This is one of the shirts in my Amazon shop. I love this shirt too, Lisa. I have it in, see, I think I have it in black, purple, lime green, and the bright orange. Now, I will say this looked peach in the photo for those of you who might be looking for it in my Amazon shop. If you want a link to that, it is in the video description, along with all sorts of other fun things in the video description. I've got links for where to buy my yarn, my books, where to find my different tutorial playlists here on YouTube, where to find more of my patterns on my website, also, and where to find me on other social media. Lisa's working on the meadow poncho. Wonderful. I think you will notice that it's quite easy to make, isn't it? Ah, Nancy, yes, my shirt is close, like the color of yarn called Chris. I did a Charlie's Angels collection of colors a while back, and one of the colors was Chris, named after the Cheryl Ladd character on the show, and it had lots of bright orange in it, like this shirt. I love that. Hi Vera, thanks for joining live. Vera joins us from Hawaii. It's super early for her. Thank you for being up and joining us. Hopefully you can take a nap afterwards. Thanks Lydia. I love to be busy. You know, some people like to lounge around and relax. I don't know how to do that. I love to be busy, and I guess it works really well for my kind of business. I'm always on the go doing something, and usually multitasking as well, and that's why I refuse to read those articles that tell you why multitasking is bad for your brain. I'm not ready to hear it yet. When I can retire, or when I don't have to work so hard anymore, I will maybe read the articles, but until then, I don't need to know that. Vera, you're moving to Alaska from Hawaii. Oh my goodness, that is such a contrast. Tammy says my Amazon shop is quite a rabbit hole. Yeah, it is. I love shopping on there, and I love sharing what I love on there, so for me too. Luna, I am making a baby size of this blanket, yes, but I will be writing the pattern for other sizes for anybody who wants to make it in other sizes as well. Do this one more increase and then I'll show it to you for those of you that maybe haven't seen it before. I know not everybody makes it to every podcast or even makes it. Vera needs to take care of her grandchildren in Alaska. Well, that's a really great reason to move there, Vera, and I'm sure you'll find lots of things to love about it. I know I've always wanted to go to Alaska to see all the wildlife there. It looks so beautiful. I also feel the same about Hawaii. Both are places that I would like to see one day. I made a post on Facebook this morning saying the top of my list of road trips, though, I would love, love, love to go to New Orleans. I would love to drive the whole Gulf Coast from where I live up the panhandle of Florida and drive all the way to New Orleans and maybe find little hole-in-the-wall blues joints along the way. It's definitely on the top of my list. Ashley, no, I have not done the crochet group in a while, the knitting and crochet meetup in a while. It just doesn't fit my schedule right now. As soon as it does again, I will start it up. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to show the Afghan again for anybody who hasn't seen it before. This is a 6-color pattern with stripes, and I'm going to name the colors from the bottom. This is Be So Baby yarn, and it is violet, splash, turquoise, buttercup, peach, and orchid. I think someone wants to see it closer. I can do that. So I'll show the page. This is, yes, Christine, there's a pattern for the earrings too. This is a super simple pattern in Be So Fine yarn, which is my #1 fingering weight bamboo yarn, and this color is Tropical Hot Coral. The earring is called Fine Chandelier, and it has written instructions, it has a chart, and the pattern's available on my website, and it also comes with a YouTube video tutorial. So whether you find the video on my website embedded in the pattern page, or you can even find it here on YouTube if you search for Fine Chandelier earring. Let's see, I keep messing that up. All right, so I'll show that up close real quick. There's the earring, and then here's the blanket again up close, and I'll name the colors from the bottom. This is violet, splash, turquoise, buttercup, peach, and orchid. Now this yarn comes in 15 different beautiful colors, so I only picked 6 to do this. You could do so many amazing colorways. So then I'm back, so then what I repeated from the beginning and went back to violet, splash, turquoise, buttercup. I'm on peach now, so my last color of the sequence will be orchid, and I think I'm going to do a final color stripe of violet so it looks a little more symmetrical on both ends. Moose Gal, do I only use my yarn now? Yes, I have only used my yarn exclusively since I started my yarn company, and yeah, not that I expect anybody else to do that. I've never tried to give the impression that I thought people had to only use my yarn, but it is my yarn, so of course I'm going to use only my yarn. Hi Nanette, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm almost done with the blanket now, Lydia, almost done. Hi Amy and Caroline, thanks for joining. Oh Joe, that's so sweet. Jane, thank you, that's so sweet. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. I love seeing how many people love my yarn. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I'm so happy that I can bring things into your life that make you happy too. That's awesome. What a treat. How much yarn have I used? So far I have used 2 balls of each color to do 2 stripes, so it's been approximately 1 ball per stripe. I'm just I'm hesitant to give you final numbers until I've finished it because I could be wrong, but I'm not sure if I will dip into a third ball or not of the violet to do a third stripe. So it's possible that it's like, you know, a percentage of a ball, not 100% of each ball. So until I do that final third stripe of violet, I won't know if that one dips into a third ball. But otherwise, I am certain that it's a 2-ball per 6-color project because it's 2 balls, or 1 ball per stripe. Lily, that is so sweet. My yarn is like candy. I love that. That's a great quote. That is awesome. Thank you. Faye says my yarn's her favorite, especially for my patterns. That is so sweet. Yes, Barbara, this is the Be So Baby yarn, which is DK weight and 100% milk fiber. Pauline's joining us from Australia today. Welcome. I'm so glad you could be here. 10 o'clock at night. Yes, you'll be going to sleep soon. How cool. Another place I'd like to visit one day. Pamela's birthday's coming up soon. Wonderful. Marlon's birthday's coming up soon too. He's going to be 17 years old. Wow. Yes, this pattern would make a beautiful poncho. It would make a beautiful throw on a bed or a couch. It would make a beautiful shawl. I would love to do this in Be So Fine yarn and make a rectangular shawl. That would be beautiful too. Maybe Be So Sporty bling for a poncho. That would be gorgeous. Ah, the possibilities are endless. Okay, how about a quick little tutorial this morning too? I'm going to show you how to do that 6-stitch decrease that I talked about for, you know, in order to do a chevron pattern, you've got to do decreases and increases to keep the line wavy. And so I'm going to show you that. We're going to yarn over the hook, insert a hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We'll do that 2 more times in that same space. And I'll turn the camera around to do it the other way too for probably a better tutorial. So there's the 3. Now we're going to do that 3 more times in the next stitch. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We'll do that 2 more times. Okay, so now we have 7 loops on our hooks. We have our original loop and then the 6 stitches that we began but didn't finish, and now we'll yarn over and pull through all the loops on our hook like that. Okay, so now I'm going to work the repeat across to the next decrease, and then I'll turn the camera around so you can see a you know, an overhead shot type of point of view, which is the way I do my tutorial videos. So let's just get there. I'll do a proper video for this eventually, but I think it's fun to do little impromptu tutorials here sometimes too. Moose Gal's making a felted tote bag. That's fun. Hi Maria, thanks for joining live. Okay, we're almost there. Putting way too much pressure on myself to go faster than normal. Try to get there, and you know what happens when you go too fast, right? Nothing good. Okay, so now we'll try to do more of, get my stuff out of the way. Let's see, here we go. Will that work? Okay, before I start, does that look, is that a good angle? We'll wait and see if anyone answers if that's a good angle or not, because I can't really see. It's so bright out here. All right, Lisa and Marnie say yes. All right, I'm gonna go for it. So yarn over, insert your hook in the next space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that 2 more times in that same space. Okay, so now we have our original loop on our hook and 3 new loops because we began the first part of 3 double crochets there. Now we're going to repeat that in the next space. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then do it 2 more times. Okay, so now we've got 7 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on our hook. Easy peasy, right? That's a 6 double crochet together. Oh, someone's asking about my crochet hooks. Yeah, you can get a whole set of these on my website. It comes in a bunch of different sizes. I think I've got the whole set with me. So I've got the 4mm hook in that I'm out of the package right now that I'm using, and this is all the other sizes. So cutie. It starts at 2.5mm, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6. And they're just so joyful to look at. I chose to include them in my product line because I think that they're just so cute, and they remind me of one of my favorite sayings from my grandfather, who was long passed, and he used to say, "Chrissy, don't forget to stop and smell the roses." And when I saw these, it reminded me about the special parts about crafting, because I work in the industry of craft, so I'm always on deadline and pushing myself and working as fast as possible to get something done. And when I saw these hooks, it reminded me to stop and smell the roses, to slow down and just maybe take a few minutes for myself and enjoy it. It doesn't have to be about being fast. It can be about being pretty and being joyful. They're all candy colored, and they have these beautiful lacy designs on them. And I can sit in my garden and just relax, remember my grandpa, think about stopping and smelling the roses, and just having a few minutes to myself. Yeah, and you can never have too many hooks, right? But no, because I can never even find what I'm looking for, and I'm not quite sure what that means. But anyway, these are special to me because they're just something that I don't use them for being the fastest crocheter in the world. I use them to remind myself to slow down and enjoy the process. So they're called the Be So Sweet crochet hooks, and you can find them on my website. Yeah, stop and smell the plumeria, Nancy. I'm not sure I can smell mine yet, but I don't know if it's me or what. But oh, and some animal tore 2 flowers off the tree yesterday. Not sure what that's all about. I did see bees in it this morning, which I thought was great. I've been wanting to tell you guys for a while now that there are trees in my neighbor's yard that I can see from my office window, and I should take a photo or video to show you guys. There are bees swarming in there all the time, and it makes me so happy because we read all these articles about how bad it is for bees right now, and I don't know if this means anything or not, but it just seems very hopeful to me. Hi Edna, that there are bees thriving, at least in my little corner of the world. So my next door neighbor has these flowering bushes that come up over my fence, and they're orange, and they're swarming with bees all the time. And now this morning I saw bees in my plumeria. I think I see them in the bougainvillea too. Oh, and I saw a hummingbird yesterday for the first time in a while, so that's exciting. If I could ever get that on video, love to share that with you guys. Hummingbirds are the closest thing to fairies I've ever seen in my life. Jane, how is it to work with plastic? It doesn't bother, I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. I like the shape of it for hanging on to. What I actually really love about this hook is actually what I use for, I'm going to show you in a second. When I do that decrease, you know how you have to pull your hook through 7 stitches? Well, the hook kind of bends when you have to put it under pressure like that, like this, and it, I don't know, it just kind of felt really good for doing a big decrease, and I can't explain it exactly. I've done it with stiff hooks my whole life, but there's something kind of cool about the way that it kind of bends when you have to put a lot of pressure on it to do a big decrease like that, or like pulling through 7 loops on the hook. I don't know, it felt really cool to do that with this hook. And other than that, they're crochet hooks. They work the same as any other crochet hook. I think sometimes when you try something new, there's definitely a hummingbird. There's a learning curve to it, right? And every hook, every style of hook, I think, is a little different. It takes a few minutes to get into your groove with it, but I like them. I like them a lot. So I'm going to do that decrease again so I can show you what I'm talking about when I pull through the 7 loops. I'm missing questions, and I'm sorry about that. If your question's important, please feel welcome to rewrite it in the comment section when the video goes to recorded version, because then I have the ability to read them throughout the day and answer all of them. Okay, so I'm at that 7 loop on my hook and I'm ready to pull through. And as I pull, I'm already feeling like I'm getting some leverage because of the stretch in the hook part, or in the handle part. So I yarn over and I'm going to pull through, and there's something weird that I can just feel that it's a little different, and I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's really kind of cool for doing a decrease. Who would have thought? Oh, Christine has dragonflies. Oh, come and sit on your toe. That's cool. Good morning, Danielle. We have dragonflies here too. I have not seen them yet this year, but I bet they'll be in my yard too. I love dragonflies. They're one of my favorites. Do I have any crochet patterns for cats? I have funny you should mention that. I have a cat toy video here on YouTube that looks like a little mouse, and my kitties have loved it for years. I'm probably due to make them new ones because they have beat these up so badly that you can't even see the stitches anymore. The toys just look like fuzz. So obviously they're well loved. So if you want to make a cat toy from one of my patterns, just search cat toy on my YouTube channel, and I have a really simple little mouse pattern there. I have actually thought about doing a little booklet on pet toys and pet stuff, maybe for dogs and cats. Something like that, something animal related. I have been thinking about that, but it's a bit of a back burner project because I've got other projects going on. But I would love to know if anybody would be interested in some pet accessories or things, and if you have any suggestions for what kind of patterns you'd like to see added. I'd love to hear that. Hi Toke, thanks for joining live. Oh, butterflies too, Nikki. That's another good one. Yes, in fact, I forgot to mention I do see butterflies in my office window all the time too with the bees. Marnie says absolutely yes for pets. So does Lily. Awesome. Yeah, so if you have any requests for types of things you'd like to see added. Lisa loves butterflies too. Yeah, how can you not love butterflies? They're one of the most magnificent creatures on the planet. So far, I think I've only seen monarch butterflies, the orange and black ones, but who knows? Good morning, Jackie from Michigan. Belle raises monarchs. That's so cool. Wow, good for you. That must be so fun to watch the process. I've been to a zoo that had a butterfly garden, I guess? Yeah, butterfly garden. It was in Detroit. I think I've been to one in Chicago too. They were amazing, just amazing. And when you go in there, the butterflies will sit on you. Just so cool. I just love animals so much. I don't know if they said good morning to me or not. Oh well. It's so night in Australia, but thanks so much for joining. It's so cool to talk to people from all over the world. Kim, this can be the milk yarn can be machine washed. It works in the washing machine, I think. But here's the thing: with anything you make handmade, I would prefer to see you wash things gently. So I would use a laundry bag and maybe a gentle cycle and a gentle soap. So using Wrapture and a laundry bag, and I think that you would be very happy with the results of washing this in the washing machine. Hi Kimberly. Hi Julia. Kimberly's working on a blanket. Someone else has been to a butterfly garden too. I couldn't catch your name. Thought I heard the word, saw the word. Sure, Joe. Yeah, line dry is always better for fibers than the dryer. The heat of the dryer actually just kills everything. Honestly, in a perfect world, you would wash everything in a delicate soap-like Wrapture, and you would lay things flat to dry. I know it's not a perfect world, and I know we don't all have the time or patience to do all that, but if you did, your clothes would last so much longer because it is not only the harsh chemicals in regular detergent, but it is also the heat of the dryer that destroys the fibers in clothes. And I don't just mean delicate fibers, I mean the elastic and stuff too. So anything that has good stretch in it, shapewear, lingerie, bikinis, yoga pants, exercise clothes, all of that stuff would last so much longer and keep its shape longer if we took better care of our laundry. We've been given such false information over the years about how good store-bought detergents are and how good the dryer is, and I know, like me, you all must love the fact that the dryer makes you have to iron less. Yes, I love that, but everything comes at a price, right? No such thing as a free lunch. You make every decision comes with something else. And so by throwing clothes in the dryer, you do destroy the fibers over time, unfortunately. Julia, that's another great point. We're given this information because honestly, we're encouraged to not make things last. We are encouraged to wear things a short time, throw them out, and rebuy them. That is a very good point. Yes, that's the other reason why we aren't culturally or I don't know how else to describe it, but we aren't given, mass amounts of information about how to preserve what we already have. More of a consumerism society, so we're always bombarded with information about how to do things quick and buy new. Yeah, you hate stiff towels. Yeah, exactly. You know what? We're accustomed to doing things the way we're doing them, and we love it, right? We love dryer sheets too. They're horrible. They're full of toxic chemicals. Sometimes I will say when I've not had a dryer, I've lived places where I didn't have a dryer, and I hung my towels out to dry, and they were stiff. I have a trick for that, actually. Do I follow it every day? Obviously not. I live in I'm part of the system too, but I'm glad you brought it up because I remember now, and maybe I'll do it too. If you rough them up a little bit, like shake them out once they're dry and stiff, you actually end up softening your towels again. It's amazing. They're only stiff because they've dried that way. You can definitely soften them back up just by roughing them up a little bit. The beach is beautiful today. Hi, Baby K Crochet. I'm glad you could be here. Yeah, Lisa, it worked. When I lived in Israel, we did not have a dryer. We only had a washing machine, and my towels would be stiff, and I had a baby, and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I miss my dryer sheets, right? And so I had this idea to rough up my towels a little bit, and they made them softer, and I felt better putting them on Marlon's baby skin. Oh, if you're interested in making dryer balls with feltable wool yarn, I do have a video for that too. Really great, simple tutorial for doing that, and that's here on my YouTube channel if you want to make your own dryer balls. And what's cool about that is that if you use those instead of dryer sheets, you can add, and you still want a scent, you could add a couple drops of essential oils to those, and that'd be way healthier than dryer sheets. Aprendiendo. Oh, Ana Zamora. Ana never used dryer until you got to Colorado? Wow. Yeah, the whole time I lived in Israel, we didn't have a dryer either. Yeah, you could do dryer balls with lavender and jasmine essential oils. Absolutely. That's perfect. Yes. Yep, I see a few people are already doing that. Good for you. That's wonderful. Okay, finished my row. Wow, we went way over today. That's because I was crocheting and not looking up. Anyway, let's pull out our little Create, Share, Inspire notebook. I've got issue 3 with me today, and I'm going to flip and randomly pick a page again because that was fun to do the other day. So we'll just la 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 la. Okay. Ooh, I know you guys are gonna like this one. This is Susan B. Anthony. The older I get, the greater power I seem to have to help the world. I am like a snowball. I don't know why it's making me cry. The further I'm rolled, the more I gain. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like the picture, Nancy. I took all of the photos for the covers of the books. These are all photos from from beaches here in my area. This one is from Barefoot Beach in Bonita Springs. Okay, I'm going to read this again. I'm just overwhelmed with this one. It's so awesome. Okay, Susan B. Anthony. The older I get, the greater power I seem to have to help the world. I'm like a snowball. The further I'm rolled, the more I gain. Isn't that beautiful? I think I'm a little overwhelmed to even talk about it, but all I know is that the older I get, the more passionate I am about helping other people and helping the world, and I don't know, the better I am at figuring out how to do everything I want to do. And so just so beautiful, so awesome, and anybody else that feels that way, I'm so happy for you too. And gosh, just so cool. But anyway, sorry I went over today. I hope that you, I hope I didn't mess anybody's schedule up too much. Thanks so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, beautiful scenery, little tutorial, and chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and